Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this week's library meeting. If you don't know who we are Alexandria RPG. We're a non-profit role-playing game library. We gather up books. We have over 6,000 in the library now. We take them to events, we share them, we get people excited about role-playing games. And between events, we go out and we try to have as much fun as possible with as many people as possible. And we try to get people to go out and game with at-risk teens and veterans of PTSD, stuff like that. We've gotten a bunch of people that have gotten advice and help from the library to go out and game with people at retirement facilities. You know, as we get older and we don't, say we're retired now, we still need to do things that keep our brains going. The better you are at keeping your brain going, the healthier you will tend to be. Paeleso dome dono est requiem? Thump? No es donde es guide. Is it a Monty Python? Monty Python reference. You know, I never actually knew what they said there. Doneth Requiem. So, if you don't know what that reference is, go watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail, one of the most amazing movies ever made. So, let's see. I have the screen up that I do because you can get an awesome set of dice and help out the library while you're at it. Level Up Dice has these amazing dice available on their website. So it's their Alexandria RPG Dice Puck. It is our logo on the outside, and the 4d6s inside come together to make our logo as well. They're all aluminum, laser etched. They're gorgeous, and I just, we have a couple sets. We have a couple of their samples, to make sure everything came out right. And oh my God, they're amazing. So every time these get sold, we get a portion of the profits. So it's nice because what we do is if you buy a set at the end of the month, they process all the dice, produce them, ship them out, and then they send us a few bucks. And you end up with awesome dice. Supporting not only us, but an awesome dice company as well. Level Up Dice is great folk and make some amazing things. Oh, God, their dice are so nice. I'm going to leave this up and talk about a couple things before we get into news or anything. One, the D&D movie released. I was busy this weekend, not able to go see it. I do want to see it. I've heard overall good things about it, but I did have to chuckle this morning when I was reading through news, and they were talking about it toppled John Wick 4. It did 33 million states in the U.S. or North America. If you go back like 3 weeks and you look at Shazam 2 that did 30 million, we're like, oh, it's horrible. Like, it always cracks me up how the news media spins things. It's like you have two movies that have very similar openings, and one is a success and toppled the competition. The other one is, oh my God, this is horrible. So we don't know how this is going to go. It is going to be next weekend is the opening of Mario. So I hope that this movie does well enough that, and it is a good movie, that maybe we get some more stuff. Even though current Hasbro CEO is like, oh, not doing movie stuff anymore. But there's a lot of movies stacked up that I don't think it's going to make its money back, just because John Wick is going to think John Wick 4 has better staying power than I think the D&D movie does. You've got Mario, there's some other movies coming up, and every time one of those come in, there's limited screen space. So we may get really lucky and it does crazy overseas. Yeah, as Lackey says, CEO is trying to sell off the E1 movie arm of Hasbro, and it's because the previous Hasbro CEO, the one that passed away, was a huge advocate of movies and stuff, and they direct people towards, I mean, honestly, they're just giant advertisements. So that's my big hope, is you get a lot of people go, oh, that was fun. Oh, hey, yeah, D&D. That's a role-playing game. And then another avenue to get people excited about playing role-playing games. Let's see. Get into some news. So everybody remembers the Urban Arcane. It came out in the D20 era, so quite some time ago. The Everyday Heroes people, they're going to be supporting the library some this year, which is awesome. They are working on Everyday Arcane. So they are going to be releasing, they just announced it in some interviews. I'm going to see if I can get, I believe it's David Scott, the gentleman that's running the Evil Hat, or not Evil Hat, what's the name of the company? Evil Genius. It's running Evil Genius, and see if I can get him to come on and have a chat, because I'm actually now really, he's like, I liked the idea of all the cool IPs they got in. They're getting ready to launch another Kickstarter with some of the movie IPs, so if you didn't get in on the original Kickstarter, they're going to be releasing them in like quarterly batches, which is kind of cool, so that you're able to, buy into the system, and be able the next batch that's coming out is King Kong and something I forget, but yeah, we had a discussion within the library. We're like, oh, we're not 100% sure, the staying power of the Everyday Hero with all the movie stuff, and and there's plenty of awesome and silly and schlocky movies that they can get and make books for. But now announcing the update to the Urban Arcane, the Everyday Arcane, that'll be part of their system. I think that's going to give them some staying power to actually do some really cool non-movie stuff. Or even honestly, I mean, you'll be able to do, I mean, and imagine if they could get like the Dresden Files or Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something like that. The more modern magic. Well, they're already doing Highlander as one of their Everyday Heroes books. So, you know, you could get more into the arcane end of the Highlander world with their Everyday Arcane. So, I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be really cool, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. There's a new expansion for Dune coming out, and the last expansion for Dune was awesome. It expanded the universe. Give me a Columbo licensed RPG, you cowards. Well, the only problem with a Columbo is it'd be a one-player game. Yeah, got a point. And, you know, Peter Falk, love Columbo. Columbo is a lot of fun. That could be a lot of fun as a one-player game. Or one player's playing Columbo, and then everybody else has their characters they're playing and have like queues, almost kind of murder mystery-esque, but, you know, open RPG style, where one person's the investigator and everybody else is in on it, on the story. Could be fun. Okay. So the last expansion to the Dune RPG from Modiphius expanded the universe, got you away from Dune, Arrakis, which is awesome because the universe for Dune is huge. So you could have, you know, this big amazing world. Well, this Power and Pawns. So Modiphius Entertainment is producing Power and Pawns, the Emperor's Court, a source book for its Dune adventures in the Imperium, set to release in June. Power and Pawns, the Emperor's Court, focuses on the political machinations, big word, and scheming in the known universe and the homeworld of the Emperor Kaitain. 144-page hardcover book offers suggestions and ideas for players and game masters to run campaigns. I'm actually super, I think this will be a really cool book. It'll be not so great for one-shots. I don't think it's going to be an awesome book for one-shots. I think this is going to be awesome for long-term campaigns. I think there's going to be some really fun to be had with this. It's going to really expand what you can do in that Dune universe. We've got a GM, and she's run some Dune games, and like I'm excited to chat with her because she's huge. She's a giant Dune fan, and makes me. It's fun to get to chat with somebody about an IP I love, and she loves it way more than me, which is super awesome. And it's really cool because when you can put, I tell people, you know, I'm not the right GM for you, and I tell people, you know, that's not the right game for you. When you can get the right game in somebody's hands, like Dune, and you get there, like, totally have read all the Dune books and researched it, and like, I did a thesis on Dune. And then here you go, here's a role-playing game. And then it's fun to watch them get people to draw people into playing Dune and experiencing the world that someone that's just stoked about it and excited about it has been experiencing in their own way over the years. And now they can share it and build upon that world. Let's see. So, the Creator Summit was this weekend, or as some people out there have been the, what was it? Oh, yes, it's Laura. Yeah, she is no Dune this time, but she is, so the GM that's going to be running that is awesome at Dune. She's great at a lot of other game systems as well, and she'll be at a SakuraCon this weekend, running 4 different RPGs. And I love it when we can find GMs that, one, are really good, especially just getting people excited about playing, and she's really awesome at that. But two, she knows a lot of different games, which is awesome because we've got a few volunteers that know tons of games, but they can't make it out to events. And I know a ton of games, but I'm usually I'm tied up, and a lot of times I'll just run games, kind of pulling games out of my hat. So I end up running the same handful of systems that I know basically by heart without a book. So it's awesome to get somebody like Laura who knows, again, Dune, Root, Fox Magic, Ryotama, L5R. God, yeah, she knows so many games, and they're all like really different. Like, so cool. So super duper excited, and I wish we could do some awesome things for her because she is one of those GMs that is just so awesome to have. Let's see. Yeah, so this weekend was the Creator Summit for D&D. A lot of people did find it entertaining that most everyone that was given a invite were people that were very nice to D&D. There weren't people that called D&D out or WotC out for things over the past few months. But that's fine. A company, this is to show things off. I kept track of some of the stuff. I've gone through a little bit of what's been released of what came out. The big thing was you can, with their new virtual tabletop that they're building out, it's easy to port characters over from D&D Beyond. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I still don't like the look of they're all excited. You can do all kinds of stuff. And in their little video, I found it funny that you've got 4 people sitting around a table with maps and everything out, and they're Alienware computers, and they're all just staring at their screens. If you're playing in person, play in person. You don't need a virtual tabletop if you're playing in person. Or if you do, you have a screen that everybody shares. But yeah, it's like I know they're trying to show it off. I'm not the biggest a fan of it. It looks way too slick. It's going to be resource intensive. They're running it on high end Alienware laptops, but I mean, it to me it takes everybody one step out of playing RPGs yet again. I'm not overly excited, but I also still haven't played with it, so I'm gonna hold off final verdict until I can actually put hands on with it. But a lot of people aren't hugely excited for it, and again, it looks like a resource hog. So, and I didn't want to cover too much on the Creator Summit. Just it happened. They did a bunch of stuff with their virtual tabletop, so we have talked about that. Some cool stuff coming out from Paizo. One big thing is until tomorrow, they actually have a sale going on. So let's go to their sale real quick. Thought I had it pulled up. Oh, I thought they had more. Oh, yeah, so you click for Pathfinder, click for Starfinder. So hello? Yeah. So they've got a ton of stuff on sale. So if you're a Paizo fan, you can go to their Magic sale here and actually support the company directly. See, but they've got some new releases. So from their Lost Omen series, Firebrands is the next book that's coming out. They got some Adventure Pass and Pathfinder Society scenarios. So, ooh, pardon me, I got the burps and the hiccups all of a sudden at once. That's a lot of fun. Hang on. And If you want to volunteer, Gen Con is looking, or Paizo's looking for volunteers for their Gen Con staff. And it's a great way to get in. It's how the library gets in. We usually look for volunteers to help us do cool stuff, and we try to share. Yeah, exactly. So we're looking for volunteers as well, especially if you live in the Indianapolis area or nearby. So we could use some help. If you are out there and want to assist the library at Gen Con, get in touch with us. We need all the help we can get. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, the big news for this weekend was the Creator Summit. And I got some emails from companies. I got home so late I didn't end up pulling up my emails. Most of those are future projects, so should be okay. Okay. Talked about this one last week. Has 10 days left. I'm really excited because it's a really neat idea. You're an art student who is being paid to make copies of stuff, and you've been brought this crazy haunted painting, and there's so many really cool things about this. It's a role-playing game based in the art world, which is something we've never really seen before. It's also a bit of a horror game. It's got some really crazy paint by numbers things that you are part of the game. Which there's so many just really fun things. I really have I've sent out an email and haven't heard anything back, but would love to chat with the designer of this because it's such a different idea. Love it. So, if horror games or art or forgery are in your wheelhouse, this might be something that you might be looking at. One of our favorite companies out there, Free League, is doing the official RPG for The Walking Dead. 36 hours to go. They're at $500,000. Honestly, I thought they'd have more. I thought they'd be higher, but maybe we're just outside of the Walking Dead craze and wheelhouse, which I don't think we are. But it's coming from Free League, so it's going to be knocked out of the park. Yes, it's the AMC Walking Dead, so it's based on the TV show, not on the comic, because at some point they really diverged. But this is AMC's The Walking Dead, not the comic book The Walking Dead. And you'll see. So it's using their Year Zero engine. Same one that they've used for Alien, Blade Runner, what's the one with the kids? They use it for the Mutant Year Zero. They use it for a ton. It's a really solid system, and everybody that ends up playing one of the Year Zero based games in the library always have good things to say about it. Yes, Tales from the Loop was the one I was thinking of. Thank you. I'll be honest, that is a bad. I really, really, really like this deluxe cover. Hadn't seen this yet, because there's the normal cover. I'm like, okay, that's actually really nice, but I like this cover. Oh, it's a cloth cover adorned with unique graphic print with special edition. This special edition exclusive to Kickstarter and will not be printed again. Box set, and if it's, oh man, Free League's box sets have been getting better and better. Their Blade Runner box set is really, really awesome. I love it. So get maps and dice and all kinds of cool stuff. Bonus art check: The Nobody. Remember, nobody's perfect. Threat meter. Oh. They all have it in, so I don't know what the current What is the current? It is, wow, it's almost at the 6 million Swedish krona. So they're almost at their Virginia area map. So, wow, they're almost at their 18th goal. Oh, they're just shy of their 16th goal. So, it honestly won't take much to get to they'll probably break the 6 million krona. So, you got the Roll20 modules, you got the Outcast unlocked, the RPG art book unlocked, the Michonne. I don't know. I didn't watch the show by the time she came onto the show. I don't know how her name is pronounced. Virtual Tabletop Edition for Foundry, The Politician, Solo Mode. Ooh, rules for Walking Dead. The World of the Walking Dead without the need of a GM. That's cool. Glen Rhee, Threat Meter. So, yeah, a ton of stuff unlocked. Cool. Nice. And $34 gets you the starter set. That's not a bad price at all. $48 gets you core rulebook. $77 gets you the core book and starter set. $125 gets you the deluxe bundle, which is the cool limited run do not open cover. And then retailer. Weasels are illegal. So this just launched. This made me laugh. It is a Russia's rollicking role-playing game for 3 to 5 players about a pack of weasels in a trench coat pretending to be a human. I mean, what could go wrong with that? So, Ash has created 3 and backed 44. So, kind of right in that cool, indie developer window. Weasels Are Illegal, a collaborative storytelling game for 3 to 5 players about a pack of weasel geniuses who are hiding in a trench coat and a fedora while trying to make their way undetected through a human city where they are strictly out of bounds. It's an easy game to pick up and play for a wide range of ages and role-playing experience levels. Designed to be exhilarating and wild while moving quickly through multiple locations with changing tasks based on the location as well as each weasel's rotating position in the trench coat. Are you on top? Are you the legs? So $12 gets you the PDF and the printable digital game assets. $20 gets you the print edition and game asset. So you can either get it in PDF or print. So, well, and then if you do the $20 level, you get the PDF and a print copy. It looks adorable. It made me giggle and seems like a very straightforward thing and a fun, silly concept along the way. Maybe a little more complex than Honey Heist. Let's see. Attack from Space Deluxe Edition RPG. New, compatible with Mörk Borg. Undead at hyperspeed. Let's see. Wow, they're at 5,000. They wanted 1,600, and they wanted 1,650. What a strange. Must mean something to them. 9 days to go, and they are funded. It's their tabletops and tentacles. It's their 4th created, and they've backed 155. Now available, the Mörk Borg Mutation Pack. Yes, take that, boredom grub. Welcome to Third Period Study Hall, and the best RPG of all time. What is Attack from Space? As a rules-light, art-heavy role-playing game inspired by the doodles and daydreams in the margins of every notebook I owned. It's the smell of freshly distributed, dittoed worksheets and art class spent reading comics instead of painting fruit. It's cheap photocopiers, medieval knights with epic enchanted swords, and the cadres of little green aliens invaders from outer space, clashing at the mouth of Dragon's Den. Love the silliness of this. A knight jousting with an alien. It looks like a bonkers thing that is straight out of, the notebooks that my friends had, because I was never a good enough artist. Even has that silly, uber stylized S that everyone was making for ages. When I work with high school kids, I still see this, kids writing, doodling the S shape just like this. I don't know what it is. It's this weird universal thing. It looks like it's bonkers. Cyclops made from Mona Lisa and a smaller Mona Lisa. But it uses Mörk Borg, so this is right in line with the style. It just looks like they've gone silly instead of dark, which a lot of Mörk Borg stuff is dark. But it has the availability to also be, it doesn't have to be dark. It's a rules light system that allows you to have a blast. And this looks like basements that I hung out in as a kid. I may have done art projects at a desk just like that. Someone took my sweet roll. Also included the Ditto edition. Oh man! If this is all of a lot, let's see. If this is all a lot from a game standpoint, we will also be including the Ditto edition of the game in digital form with all pledges. This edition is designed to look like a traditional school-printed worksheet with simplified formatting, plain text, and traditional layout. This version makes referencing rules or quickly scanning the game for info breeze. I love this. And it's got that blue ink that TSR loved to use. That now I'm sure this is actually copyable because back in the day TSR used the blue ink because it couldn't be copied. Let's see. So, funded, free sticker, better pay for art. Better paper, free bookmark, pamphlet adventure, Mörk Borg mutation, better pay for the art. Pamphlet tables, swanky end papers, more stickers. They're working on getting to the soft touch matte. The cover will be upgraded to a soft touch matte lamination with deluxe finish. So, at $2, you pledge $2. The original note. Okay, this is for a pledge level for people that had pledged at during another campaign. Okay, $12. You get the digital copy. You get the Attack from Space Special Edition digital and Attack from Space Ditto Edition digital. $29. You get the physical edition of both the Attack from Space and the Ditto edition. $45. You get the physical edition Mörk Borg mutation pack, all physical stretch goals, the Ditto edition, the Mörk Borg digital edition, and Attack from Space digital edition. $49. The King Overseer. You get Attack from Space Deluxe Edition physical book, all physical stretch goals, 3 Ditto editions, which are great to hand out to players, and some printed character sheets. Let's see. The Night Collector. You get 2 attacks, digital Attack from Space Deluxe Edition physical books, the Mörk Borg mutation pack, all physical stretch goals, and you get the Attack from Space Ditto Edition digitally. $100. Ravage Knight. You basically get 2 of everything and the Morkborg Mutation Pack. And 24 printed character sheets. So you don't have to make as many copies. Dwayne. I love Garbage Pail Kids. This is really entertaining. So, the Terminator RPG came out not too long back. Hey, we have Raiders. There, Carpe Diem. It's nice to see you there. I visit Carpe Diem's Twitch from time to time. He has awesome interviews with other DMs who give all kinds of great advice, and a good place to go just to hear some people chat about new fun experiences, and you can become a better GM because of it. So thank you all for coming in, and we're just going over some crowdfunding right now, and we just started talking about the Terminator RPG T2 Judgment Day. So Nightfall Games released the Terminator RPG. So last year they finished the Kickstarter. It just got shipped out last month. We got our copy, and it's a good rule set. The rule set is based on the Slay Industries 2nd edition, which is made by a friend of the library, Chris Shepperson, who now works for Modifius. And Nightfall Games is using that same system to do T2 now. So the original Terminator RPG book allowed you to play, in that first cinematic movie setting, and you got to do all kinds of fun stuff. Thank you for the follows. Yes, my personal Twitter is the man geek. Just it's whatever's logged into my phone when you go live. So sometimes I'm logged in under the library. Sometimes I'm logged in under my personal one. Oh, I want a tank top. I'll have to get a hold of you and get an awesome tank top. It means I got to work on my shoulders. So. So we're looking at the Kickstarter here for Terminator for T2. This adds in all the stuff from T2 because you got the new T1000, the metallic one. It allows you to actually play as a T800, which is what the original. Awesome. I will look on Discord after we're done here. Thank you very much. So yeah, this expansion to the Terminator game, which is a solid game, we have it in the library. This allows you to play as a T800 and also now fight T1000s. So they've got 16 days to go. They were looking for 12,000 or 10,000 pounds, so $12,000. They're at just shy of 50,000, and I want to see them do really well. We actually have the the D10s that came with the limited run. Come on. Yes, if anybody that is just jumped in, we will be at 2 events this weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be at SakureCon, giant anime convention in downtown Seattle, and then we'll be at Norwest Con, which is a sci-fi fantasy convention in the SeaTac area by the SeaTac Airport. And we will have tons of stuff that you can come by and read, play, visit a portion of the library. Because the library has over 6,000 books now, so we have to pare it down to what we can take to events. And tomorrow I am going to go pull out all of the anime stuff to make sure that it gets to SakureCon this weekend and figure out what I'm going to take to NorwestCon. So let's see what the goals are. So For $50, you can backing you get the T2 hardback and PDF. For $99, you can get the T1000 level. That gets you the Judgment Day Sourcebook Iced T1000 exclusive cover. And then you get the PDF Sourcebook, the Terminator RPG Dice 10 set, and the Iced T1000 Travel Dice Tray, and all appropriate stretch goals. For $148, you get the Uncle Bob level, reference to newer movies. You get the Judgment Day hardback book, the PDF, the Terminator hardback book, the PDF, campaign book in hardback and in PDF. You get the dice tray and the dice set, and all appropriate stretch goals. So that's not bad. That gets you all the base game and the advanced stuff. So let's see. They're definitely funded. They got their new mission Judgment Day unlocked, Miles Dyson unlocked, H-page PDF of Mir, so you can play on the Mir space station. And Tim, John Connor's buddy. Whatever happened to that kid? So it is. The base game is actually really good. It's a good system. And I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be super fun. And if you like the Terminator world, they did a really good job of putting this together. And definitely worth picking up. Let's go over to some stuff from GameFound. So, Talaslantia. So, this is the final and 6th edition. Talaslantia came out in the late 80s. Been produced by 4 different companies, including Wizards of the Coast in the 90s. Before Wizards of the Coast bought TSR, they made games like Talaslantia and Ars Magica. Then, when they got an opportunity to buy Wizards of the Coast, they did so. And the person behind Talaslantia, who's been behind every edition, is doing this edition and says this is going to be the final edition of it, and it's going to be the pinnacle. I hope so. I mean, I hope it's the pinnacle, and it's a really cool, awesome world. A lot of people really love the world that has been created, and it's a fantasy world with no elves. He's very proud of no elves. So $200 gets you a ton of stuff. It's like 3 core books, the GM screen, maps, and all kinds of stuff. It seems like a lot, but you get a boatload of stuff. You get miniatures. You get this miniature. It's not a miniature. It's like this tall. It's a sizable mini. So yeah, the $200 gets you boatloads of stuff: dice, car art, multiple books. So $20 can get you the base book for, and then they also do of Talaslantia's 6th edition rules, or you can do the $20 gets you the 5e rules. $55 gets you all the 3 books of Talaslantia's 6th edition in PDF and the 5e rules. Then you go up to get into physical books, so $60 for the physical books. $149 gets you all the core books and a D20. So it seems like a lot, but the Talaslantia books are fairly thick. It is a giant, awesome, well-built world. Let's see. Over on Humble Bundle, so this has 9 days left, and it is most of the stuff that has been released over the years for the Dark Heresy, Black Crusade, and Only War. It doesn't have the... why do I keep forgetting the name of the book? The Death Watch book. It doesn't have any of the Death Watch stuff, and it doesn't have any of the Rogue Trader stuff. So those are... When they brought this out, so this is the Warhammer 40k D10 base system that Fantasy Flight had made for years. Fantasy Flight lost the rights, and then Cubicle 7 picked up the rights. They started making a different game that's still being made. That's Fate and Glory, and then they worked everything out with Games Workshop to start releasing this, and they're actually making new books for this as well. It is a really solid system, super cool, and you had 5 kind of core systems. You had the Black Crusade, which is all the chaos stuff, only war, which was the Imperial Guard, Dark Heresy, which was the human Inquisition side. Then you had the Death Watch, which was the Space Marines that worked with the Inquisition. And, once you start playing them, you don't play normal humans anymore. And then Rogue Trader, that was all the stuff that was kind of outside of the purview. That was human stuff outside of the Imperium. So people running ships, and you get to go anywhere. There's a lot more freedom involved in that one. But this is still $25 for 46 PDFs. Just tons and tons of stuff. So many great things. You can play Imperial Guard. You can play Chaos, Inquisitors, Assassins, Sisters of Battle. Pretty much anything that's not a Space Marine. And then in the Black Crusade, you could play Chaos Space Marines. Or as the GM, if you have the books, you can throw Chaos Space Marines at a group of guardsmen. It's not a lot of fun. Or is it? Shadowrun 5e Mega Bundle. This is 5th edition Shadowrun, not D&D 5e rules for Shadowrun. So currently Shadowrun is on 6th edition. It's got mixed reviews, but most everybody I know that likes Shadowrun loves 5th edition. It's an amazing world. $18 for 17. So you're paying a little more than $1 a book. That's really awesome. Because you get the core book and just boatloads of stuff. So you can play in the Seattle Sprawl. Come play in Seattle with us. So then, what we tend to end our day on is the bundle of holding. They only have 3 things up on the bundle of holding. Sometimes they have up to 5. So they just announced this one. This is their... they have 4 on here. Normally they have like 5, 6. I've seen up to 7. So this is their Morkborg 2 collection. It's all third-party stuff for the Morkborg RPG. And, so $15 will get you Gallenbeck's Sacrifice, a Morkborg Tale of Lost Memories and Omens of Doom. Cathorkborg, and 5 supplements. So it's a bunch of books bringing Call of Cthulhu stuff into Morkborg. Dire Mutterings, Miserable Peons, Tainted Whispers, and Bitter Apocrypha. And Kuruk's Cursed Chapbook, a micro hex crawl for Morkborg. Nice. And then, if we go up to $29, you get 3 Borgian source books, 5 Cathorkborg investigations, a Wizard's Dying West, and adventures and encounters for Morkborg GM. I really want to read this one. It sounds kind of cool. And then Borkborg. Arf. This one's rough because Morkborg is a really dark game. You're playing dogs in the Morkborg world. And, you're the goodest boys at the baddest times. That is it is a rough one. It is crazy thought of, you never think about where's Mork from Orc. Nanu. The Mork from Orkborg. I'm gonna have to suggest that one to somebody. Oh god. No, Mork from Orkborg. Borkborg, playing as dogs in a post-apocalyptic nightmare-fueled world is rough. See, Clement Sector 3. This is $18. So I haven't played this game, so I can't give a yay or nay on it. But Clement Sector 3rd edition, the year is 2342, and adventure awaits. So for just under $18, you get your core book, you get diverse roles, Unmerciful Frontier, and 4 Clement Sector ship guides. Then if you go up to $36, you get all the core books, plus Port of Entry, 3 subsector source books, and 5 Clement background books. Then we've got the Goodman Games D&D 4th edition. We talked about this bunch last week, so $18 gets you a bunch of 4E content, and then if you go up to $29, you get even more 4E content. I know some people don't like 4E. Again, 4th edition's not a bad set of rules. It just wasn't a great D&D, and there's a lot of great stuff here in this to make 4E really good. And I mean, Death Dealer, Frank Frazetta art right there. Oof. Then we'll look at the science fiction maps. Thought this one was really cool last week. It has 2 weeks left. I really think this one's awesome. So for $15, you get 5,000 megs. So you get 5 giant space station maps, 4 giant spacecraft maps, and the Locus alien structure, which is 850 megs, which for a 2D map is giant. Then if you want to go up to $31, just over $31, you also get 9 more desert planet maps and planet sites. You get 15 more maps. So for little over $31, you get 15, 16, 20, 25 massive maps. That's 5, 9, 10,000, 18, and 20, roughly 24,000 megabytes. That's what it's roughly 2 terabytes of maps. Holy cow! Is it really that much? That's a lot. No, it's not. Okay. The whole bundle is more than 23 gigabytes. Okay, yeah. That's still 23 gigabytes of maps. That is bonkers. So, and you can load them up and have a blast. You can print them out. So it's been an interesting weekend. New D&D movie came out. Hope it does well. Just because of the way its release schedule, I don't think it's going to make its money back. I think Mario is just going to steal its thunder, and I think John Wick 4 is going to hang out much longer than it. And then there's some other movies that are coming up, so every one of those is going to steal theaters from that. D&D or WotC showed off some more of their D&D one D&D virtual tabletop this weekend. Personally, not excited. It looks slick, but I think it takes away from the storytelling, and I don't know how easy it's going to be for people to use and play. The people behind Everyday Heroes has announced in some interviews that they're working on their Everyday Arcane, which I think is going to be awesome. There's been some super excited for this cool forgery game. Walking Dead's doing well. And Weasels Are Illegal. Some other awesome stuff that we've talked about. And I'm going to go get a whole bunch of crazy stuff taken care of. Working on getting all our minis together so I can get them primed. Because if you come to SakuraCon, we'll have a paint and take area that we can do miniatures with. And then
I gotta get some contracts sent off to some people that are gonna send us books and donations. Whew. Man, it's bonkers. Well, till next time, the library is now closed. I really need to create an outro.